with the Lord, sharp as a sword, weapon in my mouth. Enemies flee, demons will leave at the name of Jesus. I won't move, I won't be shaken. This is my foundation. It's the only truth.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Awakened Saint, and I'm going to read Isaiah 11:6. Got tongue-tied there, but I got it out. The lion shall lie down with the lamb, and the bear shall eat grass like the ox. And the child shall play on the hole of the asp, and nothing shall hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. Well, welcome, everyone. It's September 22nd, 2025. And I said I wanted to stop talking Charlie Kirk stuff. And, well, I have to show you what I know. I have to show you this. It made me go live. I wasn't actually going to go live for another 2 weeks. That was it. But I'm back because I have exclusive stuff sent only to me. I had the Flat Out Truth sent me a video. I don't know if you know Ezekiel, but he does real good work. He's got a deep voice. He's a real good creator. He sent me a video, and then I think Kay sent me the same video like soon after I got it. And then I received a close-up video of the holographic chair going through the table. And I thought, well, that's something I need to show you guys. Whoever's messaging me, stop doing it. I'm live. You know I'm live. I know Richie from Boston always gets mad when people are doing that to him. So stop messaging me. I'm live. All right. Well, welcome, everyone. I see you guys popping in the chat room. I'm going to get to what I'm talking about. Hi, Melanie over there in Rumble. I am simulcasting. I'm in Rumble. Again, I'm pushing the limits on this. Rumble may be the only thing. YouTube's letting stuff come out because maybe we're getting close enough to the end that they have to let things go out. I don't know. But let's enjoy it while we do it. So anyway, what are we going to talk about today? Well, I have one thing that I'm going to show you. Friday morning, this has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk, or maybe it does. I don't know. But signs in the moon, stars, and in the sky. Friday morning, if you guys didn't notice, the moon appeared like a smiley face and had a very bright light next to it. The official news says it's Venus, which how could it be Venus? Because Venus is on the sunny side of the round Earth, right? If we're round. Well, if anyone noticed that, I'm going to mention that real quick, and then I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to show a video, just a quick video from Eyes Wide Open podcast. He has a comment on Charlie Kirk and one little thing he preached, so you guys can get an idea of what kind of Christian this guy actually was. I spotted 5 things that were really bad. I went back and I watched Charlie Kirk stuff. And I got to admit, the guy spoke well. He said great things. But if you know the actual word and you listen to what he's saying, you can tell what he was doing with whoever he actually is, the character Charlie Kirk, I should say at this point. I'll get that out. I'm going to show, like I do, I'll show some funny comic relief stuff. And then I will get into the heart of the matter of why I'm going live. I'm not going to show you the greatest stuff up front. That's not good showmanship, right? So we'll work our way towards it. Hopefully not go past an hour. I usually don't. I will give you a chance to call in. If you do call in, then just keep in mind, I'm not going to allow you to run amok. Come in. If you disagree with me, that's great. Bring some facts or bring a very strong opinion that's not argumentative. That would be nice. But, if you turn your camera on, I'll turn mine on and we'll talk to each other. If you don't want to use cameras, that's fine. If you don't want to call in, that's fine. But without further ado, let's talk about this moon thing. So Friday morning, it was about 5 in the morning because I get up early at work. I noticed the moon was set at the smiley face position, which I noticed it first started doing that in 2017 is when I first saw it, when I first noticed it doing it. And I have many witnesses. And then you have the common person. Sorry about that. You ask the common person and they'll either say, well, I never noticed the moon, or they'll say it's always done that. And it's never done that. And according to the round earth model, it can't do that. It can't turn into a smiley face randomly. Well, it presented itself that way Friday morning, and the very next day it just went away. It was gone. So I've never heard of the moon doing that either. And it was a clear sky Saturday morning as well. Saturday morning, the moon was not there at all. Like usually in the moon phases, it'll phase across the sky, right? It didn't. It was a smiley face. The next day it was gone. That's weird. Doesn't make sense. So why have I been looking for this? Well, when I worked in Saudi Arabia, from 2017 to 2021. And I noticed the Muslims have a statue everywhere of a moon cresting as a smiley face with a star in the middle. And I asked some of them, I was like, well, what does this mean? Why do you have that? And they copy the Bible. So their story is the great evil one will appear to rule a one world government when that sign is in the sky. And I'm like, so the moon has to shape into that sign? And they're like, yeah, the moon has to shape into that. And then a star appears in the middle, like at the 12 o'clock position. And then the very first thing I said to these guys is, well, the moon is always a crescent up and down. It never goes into a smiley face. So you guys are dumb for having those monuments. You're never going to see that. Here we are. We just saw it. And I just saw a very bright star right next to it. It wasn't at the 12 o'clock position, but it was right next to it. It was so easily seen. I took a picture of it with my phone, but I didn't upload it for this live stream. But it was so easily seen. My son, who was getting up, works for a garbage service, he got up, called me right away, and he said, look at the sky. And I'm like, I know, I'm looking at it, Mike. I see it. I'm seeing what you're seeing. The moon is weird. Well, anyway, I'm going to show you a video. I don't know this guy. He sent it in. I'd give him credit. Like, you guys never want to know. You never want credit. That's fine. But check this out. This is what I think this might be. He says where he is. I can't remember. It might be New Jersey or something like that. So see if anybody in the chat room saw this Friday morning.
September the 19th, 2025 on this Gregorian calendar. It is 5:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want y'all to look at this alignment right here. But first of all, let me show you this right here. The moon is upside down. You see that? That's flipped upside down. That is upside down. Anybody know anything about planetary alignments or how the moon for all these years is how it's supposed to rise and the way it's supposed to look? That right there is upside down. More importantly, do you not see that right there next to it? And look how clear my camera is with it. Do you not see that? I've never seen that star, planet, whatever you want to call it. I've never seen that alignment. I've never seen that close. Never did. I never seen since I've been here the moon that much flipped upside down. I mean, that is completely upside down. Wow. And look how clear that is on my camera. I have never seen this planetary alignment like this before. This is popping, my people. We are in the time. Look, so you can see how it look. No camera tricks, no apertures on my camera. I'm not making the moon upside down with a fucking cap on there looking like Adebisi. You know what I'm saying? This is looking like Adebisi. Look at this. It's crazy. And then look at the alignment. Oh, this is an amazing alignment. What a time to be alive. Earth is a school. This was a test. You either master your black magic, your neuromelanin. And look at that. What that object is flashing. You see it? It's been there for quite some time. You see it just flashing? Right there, right underneath that star or planet, whatever you want to call it. You see it? It's very faint. It's very faint. Right there, you see it? And that's flashing, my people. Whenever you see the moon or a so-called planet, whatever you want to call flash like that, that's flashing. Wow. Man, this is a test, my people, and it is coming to an abrupt end. Wow, what an amazing time to be alive. I value, I appreciate you, my people. Star Seeds, your voice will be heard. This is coming to a complete and abrupt end quickly. The people that have animal DNA, the joke's on you. The people that have cosmic DNA, man, shame on us. This is an embarrassment. Abundance and gratitude to all.
So something he didn't really catch with that camera that was noticed by the naked eye is the bright little star that was next to the moon was flashing really bright, like on and off, to the point where when I first saw it, when I woke up that morning, I thought it was an aircraft flying next to the moon. And then it never moved. And then my son called me, which he never calls me at 5 a.m, but he called me and he said, "Dad, look outside right now. Look at this thing." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, it's something. Something's going on with it." So that sign has appeared. That's not what this broadcast is about. I'm covering this Charlie Kirk thing, but that was just something I had to throw in there. That couldn't wait 2 weeks to show you guys because that may develop into something else. I think we'll all be here tomorrow, by the way. I don't think we're going to all rapture away. I'm not one of those seasonal rapture people. Well, maybe we'll talk a little bit about that at the end of this broadcast. But this guy, this is Eyes Open podcast. Talk to him. I'll message him briefly. And he'll come on here with me live sometime in October, God willing, mid-October. But and this is an early video that he made, so he may be up to snuff on the fact that Charlie Kirk, the whole thing was fake. But this is like right after it happened, and he was looking into the Bible verses and the type of stuff that he talked about. So take a listen and focus on this. What Charlie Kirk says about the Bible. Check it out.
I actually felt bad when I had seen all this had happened because, I lean more conservative in a sense. So I felt bad when this guy died. And I thought it was a tragedy and, nothing like this should happen to anybody regardless of their beliefs. But there's some crazy stuff that I just kind of fell upon. And I'm going to share with you guys right now. So let's hear a little something Charlie Kirk had to say when he was talking about scripture in the Bible.
I'm going to continue. Christ our Lord said, "On this rock build my" what?
Church.
Wrong. Ecclesia. It's not the word church.
Okay,
the word
English
church,
translations of Common Bible say church, so my bad.
well, actually, it shouldn't be, because the original Greek term says, "On this rock build my government structure."
What did he just say? Let's go to God's word and see what he says, because I think he just said that young man was wrong. Let's go see what God's word says. So it does say church, but Charlie Kirk says it means governmental structure. So essentially what he's telling me is that I should cross out that word church and my king.
All right, so I kind of cut off there because he went into some other stuff that's not relevant to what he's talking about. I cut it off too early. That's my fault. But we know, some of us of the we know that Yahusha, Jesus, we'll say Jesus for the sake of argument, because we got name grabbers here, legal name people and non-legal name people. And I know, and God knows your heart. God knows my heart. So how would I know the word, and the word's changing unless he knew my heart, right? Well, the original purpose of Jesus saying, "On this rock, Peter, I build my church," is he was talking about the rock where the fallen came, and he was putting his foot on the rock as a big thumb up to all the, it's sort of like the middle finger to the evil of this world. He absolutely did not tell us follow the government no matter what. No, he did not. Not at all. So you can kind of see what this character Charlie Kirk was promoting, right? He's promoting the 33. So I'm going to go through a little rendition of 33 with you, because there's always 33 reasons. I call this video 33 reasons we see all these things we see. Mount Hermon. Yes, Rom. I had that in my head and I just couldn't remember Mount Hermon, which do you know where it's located? Mount Hermon. Let's go one further. Get an A+ if you know where it's located, because it's not that hard. Maybe this video will help you remember where Mount Hermon is located. Check it out.
COVID-19
Today we have 33 cases.
There were 33 new cases.
The state of Minnesota today reported 33 new COVID-19 related deaths.
There are 33 confirmed cases in Arkansas.
That's the largest single-day increase so far, raising the total to 33.
33.
There were 33 confirmed cases in North Carolina.
33. There was 33 everywhere.
Yes. I think that was Red Team Go. I think 33 is like Red Team Go. Everybody goes, okay, let's do it. It's time.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, there's like literally 1,000 33s and 33 new cases. 33 people died in Hong Kong.
The number 33, we all know what that represents. Everywhere, every single day, it was like, well, 12 more cases, which now brings the state to 33.
Yes.
We had 33 cases today.
Yes.
We had 11 cases, which now it's 33. 33 more people. I'm going, oh my God, how dumb you have to see to not understand this is going on. Yeah, that was green light go. We're off to the races.
Yeah. You've been subject to propaganda and lies by people who are very well trained in how they do that. If you find one thing your government has said which is clearly not true, I ask you this: why would you believe anything else they've told you?
Open your eyes.
Just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Rom, we're going to get to that. I don't know, but are you watching me make these videos or something? Because we're going to get to that, what you just said. All right, comic relief real quick. I have a lot to cover. So I call this the Q Truthers evaluating what we're going through. So Q Truthers evaluating all these stories. This is what I call this video.
Wonder what this thing does. I don't know, but I wouldn't press that button if I were... Leroy, check this out. Wonder what this thing does. I don't know, but I wouldn't press that button if I were... Leroy, check this out. Wonder what this thing does. I don't know, but I wouldn't press that button if I were...
All right, so that's your Q Truthers. You think they're still out there? They're probably out there right now. Hey, what do you think this thing does? I don't know, but don't press that button. Okay, so anyway, you got to laugh. That way you open up your heart to listen to some good stuff. Well, it's not good. It's deception, but I'm showing you're being lied to. And if you know you're being lied to, that protects you. It does. The truth protects you. So who was reading ahead? Who was reading ahead of what I was doing? Someone said something about crap. I just forgot what it was. I lost so many comments in here now. Yeah, there is a mention of Lee Harvey Oswald. So this one's about the crisis actors, and then I'm going to get into the heart of the matter. I just made you guys listen to this point, but I'll get to it. I'm going to show you how, after this crisis actor video, I'm going to show you how they did the hologram. Not only am I claiming he was a hologram, I'm going to show you exactly how they did it.
But I'm saying what I see, and I see acting. Same as with Megyn Kelly, or should I say Nicole Simpson. She seems well these days, considering. And I know there's some that don't believe that governments conduct psyops to provoke outcomes. But it's been going on for centuries. This one, for example. The world mourned for JFK after he was shot in 1963. And everyone saw it happen, right? So it must have. Yet 14 years later, up pops Jimmy Carter. Look familiar? You can have all the work done you like, but ears and teeth don't lie. Now you cry, you must be crazy. Lee Harvey Oswald did it. You mean this guy or this paid actor? You're accused of killing the president and they let you speak on TV? And listen.
You killed the president? No, I've not been charged with that. In fact, nobody has said that to me yet.
But somebody killed him too, you say. It must be real. Are you sure about that? Here's that event. Ready? Lights, camera, action. I've left out the supposed shot, but please go and watch this ridiculous footage on YouTube. It gives moon landings. I wonder who this actor played next. He does look familiar. Any suggestions? Also, just because someone appears to be on your side, chances are they're not.
All right, Rom, that's probably the video you were talking about. Maybe you saw that video earlier. So I just pulled that one down from the internet because I saw it and it played into this whole thing. So here is flat out truth. Keep your thinking cap on and watch how this event was made. And then Bill Hicks, the comedian, is dead. No, he's not dead. He's Alex Jones. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to show you how they set this thing up. Listen to what Ezekiel says. Listen to what he's saying closely about a crime scene. Then I'm going to show you exclusive close-up pictures I received. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go any deeper into that because I don't want to burn my buddy. Check this out. Here it is.
I'm sure all of you have noticed online that a lot of people are talking about, why are these people allowed to be in this canopy? Why isn't this marked off and taped off as a crime scene? And why is this guy in the white shirt taking the most very important camera down? What you think is the most very important camera there, why is he taking it down? Well, here's why. Because it's not a crime scene. A crime didn't take place here, and that's not a camera. Now, before I tell you what it is, I want you to get a real good look at it as he's taking it down. Anybody figure out what it is yet? Okay, here's what it is. It's called a hologram projector. And if you don't believe me, you can go look them up online. And they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Usually $20,000 to $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 for these things. And they come in different varieties. Now, Hollywood calls them hologram stage projectors. Now, you see how Charlie's little tent there is a perfect square? And as you can tell, it's 10 foot squared, 10 foot all the way around on each square, and it's about 9 foot tall. That's because it has to be for the projection to work. Now, let's explain.
For smaller spaces, the projectors can be configured with mirrors to elongate the projection path and maintain picture integrity. Eyeliner displays ideally require a minimum footprint of 10 feet square and a height of 9 feet to show full-size human figures. What you are seeing is a reflected image which is so true and realistic to the original, it has become known as a virtual image. Many people perceive what they are seeing now as a 3D hologram. In fact, it is a 21st century take on a mid-19th century visual effect known as Pepper's Ghost, showing now on the relay screens. Thanks in part to the amazing optical properties of the eyeliner foil, combined with the light and picture output of Christie Digital high-definition projectors, the image has depth and opacity that actually supersedes the scale and definition of traditional 3D hologram.
Like I said before, 10 foot squared, 9 foot tall. This canopy was made this size for a purpose, because it is a hologram stage projection that you guys were watching.
These performers are holograms.
Every series, we take one step closer to achieving all of the sci-fi dreams.
It's pretty cool. You'll never have to miss a gig again. The gig can come to you.
We traveled to Paris to meet Ian O'Connell, director of the company that put this show on.
I recall we were being asked to produce a show from London to Florida where the interaction between the musicians and the audience would be as natural as two people being in the same room. And for all of us, it was an experience that we'll never forget.
So how do they beam this band in live?
It's incredible that this really is a remote live gig. The signal from London takes less than 1/3 of a second to go all the way around the world and be projected as a hologram on the stage in the US. As well as the hologram making it feel like the band are actually in the room with the audience, the band can see the audience and actually interact and respond to what they're doing.
This is a whole new take on live music. But how are the images so good that it looks like the band are really on stage?
They look so lifelike because of the angle of the light and the reflective material called mylar that creates this holographic effect.
The mylar screen is semi-transparent. The reflective surface reflects the images where the light falls on it, but where the light doesn't fall on it, the audience can see through it. So it looks like there's a person standing on the stage and that there's no screen at all.
The projector receives the video signal and projects it down from the ceiling.
What I really love about this is that you get the effect of a 3D hologram without those stupid glasses.
I still believe we've only scratched the surface with this technology. I think we will see pop-up holograms everywhere.
That's it, the holograms are here. We're officially in the future.
It's all smoke and mirrors. The world is a stage, people. Get over it. You've been lied to. Now, I know a lot of you gonna say, well, Terry, if it was a hologram, how was he walking around passing out hats and talking to people? Because he was walking around passing out hats and talking to people. Only the assassination was a hologram. Here's what you're forgetting. You're forgetting about the trap door right by his feet underneath that little canopy there.
This is the place he got shot.
This is the courtyard where it all happened. It's now open to the public again. There's lots of people coming here, placing flowers, cards, things like that. The university is already making some changes. They're replacing the grass where Charlie Kirk was speaking with pavers. And there are several petitions online asking the school to make this into a permanent memorial for Charlie Kirk.
You see, the trap door is the whole key. Yes, Charlie was passing out hats. Yes, Charlie was there. But when it was time for the hologram to come on, this is when Charlie went down into this little utility room or whatever this is underneath this trap door or the stage area where he was sitting. Okay, the assassination took place with the hologram. And then if you notice, all the guys, when he supposedly falls to the ground, all the security guys surround him. You can't see nothing. They raise the trap door up. He comes out. And then they carry him to an SUV, not an ambulance, not anything like it would normally be, to the SUV without a trail of blood anywhere because he never got shot. He was down in there the whole time. The hologram part of the assassination was taking place. It's really, really simple. It's complicated, but it's simple if you think about it common sensely. That's how Charlie was able to interact with the people there, because he could hear what they were saying and he could answer them and interact with them just like the musicians from London to Florida.
It's incredible that this really is a remote live gig. The signal from London takes less than a third of a second to go all the way around the world and be projected as a hologram on the stage in the US. As well as the hologram making it feel like the band are actually in the room with the audience, the band can see the audience and actually interact and respond to what they're doing.
All right. So I wouldn't claim that I could show you how they did it unless I knew how they did it. And that's how they did it. That's exactly how they did it. He was down there. I think I told you on the first live broadcast, he was down there in the trap door. He was the one talking. His ghost image or video image was him talking. It was him, but he wasn't physically the one in the chair. Still not convinced, but wait, there's more. Let me show you some close-ups of the hologram chair. Let me explain what's going on first with this. So part of how the hologram works, and you guys can buy these. I think you can get it on Amazon. If you got a spare $39,000, you can buy one. They are, a regular person can buy a hologram projector, and then you buy a Mylar screen for reflecting. Then you have to have something like Charlie Kirk had. You have to have a shaded 10 by 10 spot where the light can do all the pixels and make it look real. But if you had a dark basement or even a shaded living room where you pull the shades in, you could do it, right? So I think the nice one is like $69,000. Yeah, 10 by 10 by 9. Yeah, Trish has got the exact measurements. So anybody have extra 70 grand, we'll get one, and we'll have a live Awakened Saint broadcast with me as a hologram, and then I'll jump off a building or something. It'd be pretty cool. If I had the money to buy it, I would so freaking make fun of this. I'll tell you what, I would talk about it as a hologram, and then I would have something weird happen to myself and I'd appear somewhere else. But I can't afford all that. Anyway, here's close up of the chair and what's going on with it. This system is a little bit more sophisticated than Flat Out Truth was talking about. This one's not only a projector, it's augmented reality. So the other cameras looking in to the thing they're watching what is called relics. So they need to know positions of things, where the chair is supposed to be, where his microphone hand would be, those type of things. So there's like a potato or something, and when they're moving it around, the computer's tracking the potato, whatever it is. I don't know what they used. They might have used a softball or a ping pong ball or something. Whatever they use to represent the chair for the computer, they bump into it, and you can see the chair go right through the table because the table's real. The chair is a hologram, and whatever the computer's tracking as the chair being the chair gets bumped. So that's the best I can explain it. I'm a pilot, not a videographer. Any photographers in the audience, you probably know a little bit more and how to explain that better with better wordage. But I'm going to show you a couple people's got a hold of this. There's one that's the first one I'm going to show you is close up. The next one I show you came from my contact right next to the freaking thing. So check this out. Here's the first one. So watch in the middle. So the chair fall through the table. You guys see that? I'm going to play it again. So I'll play it again. Watch in the middle. Let's see if I can get it where the chair is. See the table? Table's real. See that guy's foot land on the table and his foot comes down? That is a crisis actor, by the way. Everyone from inside the barrier were all crisis actors. They're all, oh, he got shot. It's scary. And that way the people on the outside, it's not a magic chair. It's a hologram chair. So that way everybody outside the barrier will think it's real because everyone inside's panicking. See the foot come down, hit the table. That guy. So that table right there is going to have a chair go through it. I'm gonna turn the sound off because that's just the crisis actors acting like they're scared. It's distracting. So I'm gonna turn the sound off. Watch this. So you see the table in the middle, the camping table. That's a real table. Watch a chair. Fell right through the table. Did you guys see that? All right. So that's that one. Here's the one I got. All right, cut the sound out. I'm going to rewind it. And I'm just going to show you that chair. And we're going to put the chair through the table. There's the guy jumping over, acting like, oh, no, somebody's got a gun. Oh, it's scary here. Oh, I want to get my money for being a crisis actor. So they hit the relic right here. You can see the relic. I'll pause it. Whatever that white thing is, that's the relic that the computer sees as a chair. I don't know what it is. It could be a weighted piece of paper or something. I don't know what it is. But see the chair? There's the table. Oh, look at that. Went right through so it's going right through the table. Up and right through the table. Right? I'll try to pause it. Look at that. It's inside the table. Inside the table right there. That is not normal. Inside the table. And inside the table. One more time. One more time. Inside the table. There you go. I think I've made my point. All right, so I'm going to get rid of that and remove those from the stage. We don't need those anymore. I'll give you a chance to call in and refute my findings. If you have something totally else, so something different. You know, it's all real, Mike. You're retarded for thinking it's staged. Okay. Sure I am. Right. Okay, let me see. I'll set up a link. I'll give you guys a chance to call in. It's okay if nobody does, you know, either way. I enjoy talking to people. So if you want to call in, this is where you'll call in. I'll take a break. That way I can go do a restroom break. And then, yeah, lucky. Totally normal. Chairs going through tables. Okay. That's the link. Just keep in mind, if you do plan to call in to StreamYard, you have to allow your microphone and camera for me to let you in, because StreamYard won't let me let you in if you don't. You don't have to turn your camera on. I will, when I see you in the background, I'm going to say, if I see your camera on, I'm going to say, do you want your camera on? Give me thumbs up if you want it on. If you don't, turn it off. I won't bring you forward with it on if you don't want it. But if you turn yours on, I'll turn mine on. That's how it works. Okay, so because I'm not hiding here at all. I'm showing you stuff that I don't think, I'm not a big threat, but here's the truth, right? I'm not going to tell you a lie like they are. They're a bunch of liars. Anyway, let's take a break, and I'll show you the mainstream. The mainstream's joking on us. This Weird Al Yankovic video I'm going to show you proves that they're just making fun of us on the mainstream. They are. The entire thing. Did you guys see any of the Charlie Kirk supposed memorial funeral service? They had staged fireworks and stuff. That was the weirdest. I started to watch it just to see if I had anything to talk to you guys about. It was so weird I couldn't even finish looking at it. It was too weird to look at. Anyway, we'll take I think it's about 3 minutes. Play this thing. If anybody calls in, when it ends, I'll bring you forward. We'll talk 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll close out. Be back in a few minutes. All right. Nobody called in, and I have my aluminum foil hat, I guess. No, I don't have an aluminum foil hat, but nobody called in, so I am going to jump in the chat room and give you guys some love. I'll start over at Rumble, because Rumble kind of gets the shaft nowadays. YouTube is not shutting me down. What's going on in Rumble? Hello, Rumble guys. You got K Melody, Valley Parks, Git 1960. Did I say that right? Git, I guess. Mojo Shop, Super Spirograph in the house. Okay, there's no questions or anything over there. Oh, Valley Park said, play it slow motion, please. Thanks. I was planning on doing that anyway. I really didn't see you say that, but yeah, I was planning on doing it, because I hate when people say, check this out, and they play it super fast, and you're like, what did I see? I'm not trying to hide anything from you. I'm trying to show you what I found out. So I am going to slow it down. But I'm just going to scroll to the middle here. There's a whole lot of talking, and see if there's you guys have any questions for me. Trish Clark saying, hi, Awakened Saint. That's where I'm starting, if you know where I'm at. And in the beginning of it, everybody's saying a lot of wows, oohs and wows. Yeah, it is. If you haven't seen this stuff or even realize how this went down, it's pretty ooh and wowie. I said wow when I first saw it. Let's see. Yeah, Billy Hicks is Alex Jones. Yes, sir. Sure is. Yes, ma'am. I don't know. I scrolled through fast. I'm not sure if you're a sir or ma'am. Didn't look at your name. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Anything that I need to answer before I move on to the next thing? Just tell you what's going on next. I'll close out and tell you what's going on next. I thought I saw a question in here somewhere, so I'm trying to find it. Kevin Scholl says, how did he go down the trapdoor without anyone seeing? How did they jumped? How did they hide that? Well, they didn't have to hide it, Kevin. I don't know if you tuned in late or you weren't, maybe you're doing something else, got a phone call or something. The event was in an amphitheater type of thing that was, it was barriered or off. Like he was sitting in a chair, right, with the trap door there, and everyone in the audience out to the outer barriers was in on it. So at the outer barriers, they could easily hide him going down into that trap door. In fact, they could turn the hologram on. He could lay down. They could turn the hologram on, and he's still sitting there, and he just goes down to the trap door. So it's quite easy. The answer to that is quite easy. They did that. Seal of God says, Mandela effect question. All right, I like those. I might not have an answer for you, though. Is South America actually much further east than it used to be, or is it just map trickery? It is actually a lot further east, so far east that the Panama Canal is now no longer north to south. It's west to east. So as a pilot, I can tell you it has actually moved. It's not map trickery, but that is a good point of view. Did they trick us with maps? Because sometimes they do. Also, sorry, unrelated, but you're a pilot, so you should probably, yeah, Yeah, I just read. Well, yeah, I'm a pilot and I do know it has moved quite a bit from what I remember. Lucky says, what videos have you watched on this? On this what? You're going to have to tell me what on this means. Have you talked to any soup agencies? I'm not sure what you're asking me with that. Be more specific. Don't talk in code, guys. Don't talk in code. They shut us off. We're on Rumble. Just tell me what you're saying, because I can't decipher your code. Just tell me exactly what you're asking me, please. Seal of God. How can we prove it? How can we prove what? All right, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Go on. If you're talking to each other, I'm sorry. I'm trying to jump in. I thought I saw some other question. Wonder how Brian Stavely is doing. I can tell you, Brian Stavely, sadly, Karen. Her name's Sadly Karen, by the way. I'm not calling her Sadly Karen. That's her channel name. Ever since see if I can give you a visual. Ever since this took place, I have been unable to get a hold of him, because I know Karen B 100% supports these people. David Beverly supports them. And there's just been a domino effect of truthers that went the wrong direction on that event. So Brian Stavely hasn't come out openly against it or with it, but he just kind of disappeared when it happened. He just won't. He's unreachable. He won't answer. He didn't answer any of my messages. I can tell you that. So I don't know. I'm sure he's fine. All right, Zeb, Alphabet, CIA, FBI, etc. Have I talked to agencies? No, I don't. I'm not in any programs or anything. I'm a commercial pilot, a civilian commercial pilot, retired military. I'm not a member of anything. Not at all. I'm a member of Jesus Society. I have the greatest of all. Yahusha. Go. So push button says he's not with them. He's not with, are you saying I'm with them? I don't know. You guys, trying to figure out the chat room. I'm going to go over to Rumble one more time before I close out. Lucky says, how can you prove the hologram? All questions are about the shooting. Why are you watching this? Are you watching the same thing everybody else is watching, Lucky? I don't know. This Lucky guy may be a plant. That may be somebody in here trying to, because that's, come on. Really? Have you been watching what I've been putting out? Are you hearing the words coming out of my mouth? Maria says, isn't the Jesus Society the Jesuits? I didn't mean it by like that. Man, you guys are sharpshooters. Yeah, you're right, but I didn't mean it like that. All right, Brian is not with the final experiment. I hope you're right. I don't know 100%. He hasn't talked to me about it. I hope you're right, though, push button. I really do. Kevin Scholl, is it possible the chair going through the table was an AI generated? No, because I know a guy that was there. I have military contacts, and I know a guy that was actually there. That's where I got the video. So that being that, Lucky says, that's what the other person was asking. Okay. Are you yelling at me, Lucky? I'll boot you. I'll get my feelings hurt. I don't have any feelings I'm aware of. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to interpolate chat rooms. I'm going to jump in the Rumble and say things in lowercase. That's very loud. Anywho. All right. So over here, Git says, will you please share the link to the chair video over here on Rumble? The link to it. Oh, you're talking about, no, that came from my buddies. I don't know if I share that, if it'll give away who he is. So the answer to that is no, I will not share that. Not the chair one. The other one came from the Flat Out Truth, Tony or Terry or whatever it is, Ezekiel. I'll share that one. But no, I'm not going to share my contact. I'm not going to burn my contact. He'll stop talking to me and stop sending me stuff. So that's no good. Won't be doing that. Seeking Wisdom Coaching. I missed the final experiment thing. Oops. Oh, you could easily go back on Rumble and YouTube, and I cover it like 3 different times, and it's in the titles. So you can see all the evidence I showed you that they lied about that. Push button. You guys are really engaging me, so I'll stay with you here for a little bit longer. Blues Girl says, thanks for sharing, Saint. You are welcome, Blues Girl. 100%. Totally welcome. Just jumped. Push button says, what were the guys behind Charlie signaling with their hands? I don't know. I wasn't at the meeting for the hoax. So who knows? Who knows if that's a distraction? If I can give you my theory. I think they're signaling the guy that made the gun noise, because there was a guy that made a gun noise. There was a gun noise, and there's a guy in the distance that made it. Maybe like, hey, now it's time to make the gun noise so I can hit the button on the computer and make it look like The computer Charlie has a gunshot, so he's probably coordinating that. Perhaps I wasn't in on the whole thing I wasn't in on any of it. I just know it was a lie. All right, so Residue for Remnant says, Mike, do you still believe a good number of people in the front rows of the audience were part of this psyop? I really think you guys don't listen to me. Everyone in the audience, other than the barriers at the very top of the amphitheater, were all in on it. The entire audience. There's outside metal barriers that look like the kind of barriers are in like a line for a roller coaster. You go back and look at the video, you'll see those barriers. Everyone outside of those barriers were people that showed up to see it. Everyone inside was paid to be there. So the whole thing, yeah. So that's how that was. And I know that because some of the people that weren't completely in on it thought this entire thing was weird, and they knew some stuff. I got to be careful not to accidentally say something. All right. Oh, makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it does. All a stage. Mostly it was a stage. There was real people there to give it realism, but everyone close enough to see anything worth saying was in on it. All right. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? If I did, you might have to type it again because there's a whole lot of typing in here. My husband thought one of the guys signaling was at Charlie's memorial. Possibly. That Charlie memorial was so cringeworthy. I tried to watch it for you guys and I couldn't watch it. It just so like there's fireworks and stuff. It was weird. And all the Satan symbolism when they sang Alleluia. Did you guys notice they didn't sing Alleluia? They sang Hallelujah, which is a Satan thing. Their Lucifer stuff is so close to ours that you really got to pay attention. Excellent breakdown. Thanks, Mike. Thank you. Pushing button 62. I appreciate that. If you guys aren't getting it, like if some of you see it and you're like, I've looked at the whole thing and I don't believe it. Yeah, that's your choice. I am not telling you what to think. I'm just showing you what the facts are. That's all. Think what you want to think. Shelly says, Mike, if I misunderstood you, please forgive me, but did you say you had a friend there? And if so, was he in on it? No, he was not in on it. And he's pretty terrified that we're even talking about it, to tell you the truth. So that's why I'm being careful. I know, if you don't know my history, I've said it several times. I was in the military for 27 and a half years. Everyone I worked with didn't just disappear when I retired. And a lot of people are still in. In fact, I'm getting so old. People I knew as privates are now sergeant majors and high-ranking officers. And some of the high-ranking officers I knew are higher-ranking officers. And there's still a lot of good people. There's no such thing as white hats, though. They're not like white hats or anything like that. And they don't know what we know as far as the world. So when they see something like this up close, it scares the crap out of them. Imagine you at an event, and then you see them shot, and you glimpse and see something that doesn't make sense. Like a guy gets shot, and then he comes up from a hatch. That would freak you out, right? So enough about that, right? Anyway, so Eric threw up the devil horns. Yeah, Erica threw up the devil horns. If Erica is actually a woman, that's a whole nother thing. We can go in so many weeds with this. Trust me. There's a lot of facts that Erica's probably not a woman. Think about that one. I was going to throw that one out there and make that one marinate a little bit. Zeb says, I believed it till I saw the wifey at press conference smiling. Well, hopefully after seeing the hologram stuff, you don't believe it anymore. But I mean, that's your decision if you want to believe in it. Shelly, I got it. Understand. I pray. Was scared to leave the dang house for a week. When I first woke up. Oh, yeah. When I first woke up, it was crazy. I noticed the Mandela effect, and I couldn't sleep for 3 days. I left the house, but I couldn't sleep it's like, what the heck is going on? It was hard to get my head wrapped around what was going on. Blues Girl says, it skipped. I started to read it. Blues Girl says, don't want a visit from the Men in Black. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. We're in an information war, not a direct war. Inverts everywhere. Yeah, that's true. Some of us are. It's by design. There's like one person that sees for every 400,000 people that don't see. All right. She wears Mason stuff. They're all Masons. They're all in on it. So 33 reasons why they did it. Right. Okay. All right. I'll get one more question. I got to close out because I'm approaching 1 hour. Unidoc Ryanated says, what would someone gain by thinking it's real? You're only setting yourself to be controlled. Why don't people understand this? Real or fake? I don't know. That's a good point. That's a good point to bring up. I pray for you guys. I really do, especially when someone says I'm retarded for thinking it's fake and stuff like that. You know what I do? I pray for them. I don't hate them at all or anything like that. There's no hate or anger. In fact, we are to pray for enemies, even if it was real. Let's say it was real and he's real Christian. He was really a very nice guy and then somebody killed him. We're not to rise in violence. We're supposed to pray for our enemies and love those who persecute us. There is no side note that Jesus gave us where we do something different. So keep that in mind as these Luciferians try to turn you Christians into haters and lovers of war and stuff. We are not that. That's not what we are. All right. I said one more, but I see a Mandela thing. So I'll do that one. Seal of God says, would you say the Mandela effect is evidence the restrainer has been removed? No, because if the restrainer is completely removed, then us Christians, a remnant, would already be gathered up or in hiding. So no, it's evidence that we're going down that route, but no, because I'm still talking, and the police aren't banging on the door because I believe in Yahusha, right? So no, it has not been removed. He has not been removed. All right, so there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I was going to wait and had a few phone calls with some truther people I know in real life. Well, this is real life, but people that I've met before, and they said, don't sit on this mic, give it out because YouTube could change something. You may not be able to ever tell them. So here it is. I gave it to you. I didn't sit on it. I gave it to you right when I had it. I appreciate you guys tolerating me and listening to me. And I'm a little bit of a smart aleck. I have no hatred towards anyone talking in capitals at me and stuff. I'm messing with you. I don't really care. Like I joke sometimes in person. I say I don't have any feelings that I'm aware of, but I do. I have feelings. I have love for you guys. That's feelings. I love my fellow man. All right. Over on Rumble, I do have to answer a question over there because there's one over there. Says, where is Brian Staveley? I think he's northeast somewhere. He's doing real estate stuff now. He doesn't do YouTube anymore, as far as I know. Anyway, that's the only question I see over there. Okay, so now we're at this portion, the final thoughts. Final thoughts for this is knowing you're deceived is important. Knowing a lie from the truth is important. As you could see in this event, I would label this, and I'm still there, I labeled this kindergarten truth. This event, my discernment brought me to hologram before I even saw the proof. I was like, how did they get away with this? Well, we have this hologram technology, and I went there with it. And I know that I was trying not to burp on you guys. I know that it seems way out there to say hologram. I do realize that, but geez, I just showed you how they did it. That's literally how they did it. I don't know exactly what they used, but does it matter that I don't know the plan of how they set it up and everything? Of course it doesn't. Why would I know the plan? I did forget to mention this, and I'll put it in the final thoughts. The day that Charlie Kirk was shot, a bill was dropped in Congress to increase security for congressmen, senators, and upcoming political people. And if you guys, every one of you guys that finished at least high school realizes that bills take time. They go through committee, subcommittee, committee. They're voted on. They're 300 and something pages. You can't drop a bill the same day an event happens. Let that marinate a little bit. Let it marinate a little bit. Someone knew way before it happened that it was going to happen, right? Because there was a bill already ready to go to create a law to increase security. So there you have it. But anyway, there's that. What happens next? Well, mid-October, roughly, I'm going to take some time off. I do hitch work, so I'm 14 on, 14 off. And since I'm gone from my family half the month all the time, I devote almost 100% of my time to my family while I'm home, which rightfully I should. If something big happens, I'll pop in here and tell you guys about it. Like I've said before, heck, there could be 3 more different events by the time I see you again. I guarantee you have an Awakened Saint guarantee that nothing's coming from outer space to get you. So don't worry about it. We're all still going to be here tomorrow. I don't know if it's the 23rd. We're all supposed to be raptured or something. That's not going to happen. You got the guarantee on that. We're not. I don't know why people keep setting dates. I would like them not to. That would be nice if they stop setting dates. But the plan is, God willing, I'll have Open Eyes podcast on here mid-October. We'll hear him with his testimony and stuff because he is a Christian. I'll hear his point of view, and a visitor. We're nice to our visitors, right? And then between now and then, something's going to happen. I'll have something to tell you by the time we get there. And as always, everyone keeps sending things in. And if it's something that needs to be shared with everyone, I'll absolutely share it. If you don't want your name mentioned, as you can see, the people that have sent stuff in, you said don't mention you, and I did not. In fact, not much a risk because I'm not good with names, and I'll forget your name anyway. I'll forget who you were to send it in. If you want to be mentioned, I'll have to write it down on a piece of paper to remember your name to mention you. But I do appreciate all the support, the participation. Leave comments on these videos. If you want questions answered, I will answer questions. Don't spam the question area. If your goal is just to spam it, I'm just going to boot you because we need to work through the truth. But if you have a legitimate question, you're really trying to ask and figure something out, and you can start off your question with, I don't agree with you, Awakened Saint. This is what I believe. And then ask the question. That comment will you won't get banned, and that will stay up. But if you talk to me like you're 7, I'm going to ban you. That being said, the truth is the most important thing. That's what I'm here for. I am called to tell you the truth. I'm called to tell you the truth, to glorify Yahushua, Jesus Christ. He is the truth, the way, and the life. No one goes to the Father except for him. It's not my truth, and it's not your truth. There's only one truth, and that is him. There's only one truth, and that is Yahushua, Jesus Christ. I pray that you all stay well, and that if you haven't found the truth, you do find the truth, and that if you know a loved one that hasn't found the truth, you don't follow them in the wrong direction. Stay hard, stay willing to protect the truth no matter what. Don't be angry with someone who refuses to see it, though. Just stay steady. I meant steady instead of hard. I think that's a better word. Remain steady, steadfast in the truth, the way, and the life, Jesus Christ, the only way to the Father. Seek the truth, believe in the truth, and the truth shall set you free. God willing, I will see you in a week or so, maybe sooner.
to the truth. The New Jerusalem will not be built by murder and uprisings. The wisdom of God will fill the land as water fills the sea. The lion will lie down with the lamb. There will be no more killing or destroying. And the voice of weeping shall be heard no more.